I'm here. I don't know if chat's here, but I'm here. Ugh, the YouTube thingy is a little not showing me like what I want to see. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hello, everybody. It looks like we got somebody in chat. How are you guys today? Hazel's on the other side of the couch. The minute I hit go live, and I switched to the just chatting, she goes, whoa. Mommy, why are you talking? That's the vibe she gives me. She's looking at me like, we were sitting nice and quiet. I was getting ready to stream, setting everything up, and now I'm talking, and she's like, why? Why are you talking? But I'm excited. We're back. It's a Friday. It's regular time. Which, yay. Regular time might have to change, though. I'm looking at new job opportunities, and depending on what it is, that may change. But for now, it's still Friday. And maybe I liked streaming on Sunday, though, last week. I don't think as many people were able to come, but there also wasn't as much notice. So maybe if we did a bigger stream on a Sunday or something, or if we started doing it more regularly, people would be able to come. Hi Tessa. She says, Hazel said this is a yap free zone, actually. Yeah, pretty much. That's how she's feeling today, at least. Where it's a nice, rainy, quiet day. Oh, she's laid down. And she's just being very cute. Oh, Tessa, by the way, I sent you a message yesterday, but I know you were fucking busy because, you have a life. But I found a really bad gay rom-com we need to watch together. Maybe not for the channel, but just the two of us watching a bad movie together, because I think you would find it so funny. We're gonna be playing more Sims today. We started last week our new season of Big Brother and The Sims. A couple new things. We've added the veto. We're going to do our first veto today, which is an extra competition, giving someone the chance to win the veto and thus take somebody off the block, per se. So we had last week, Fred won HOH. So she was safe, and she put, here, I'll switch to the game. She put, Darla and Connor for eviction, mother and son pair. Kind of crazy, Fred. I'm not gonna lie. Wild to put mother and son. I mean, I guess maybe she's worried that's a bond that can't be broken. Like a built-in Final 2 kind of thing. So she has gotten rid of it. Well, she's putting them up. But this time, their fate is not sealed because we have added a veto. And with the veto, what happens is basically we'll have another competition. In the actual show, they pick only some of the people, but we don't have a full giant cast, so we'll have everyone play. I picked out flower arranging for our first veto. We'll have everyone do flower arranging, and then we will see whose bouquet sells for the most, and that person will win the veto. What the veto does, okay, if you aren't a Big Brother fan, you don't know, veto, the winner can use it to take one of the nominees off the block, providing safety. I feel like I'm peeking. Providing safety. Oh, I fucked with my gain. That would be why. I was like, why am I fucking peeking? Is that better? But, well, we'll see. That looks better, at least, on the audio. But, basically, so, for example, say Gunn won the veto. Gunn could then use it on Connor, and Gunn and Connor would both be safe, and Fred would have to pick a new person to go up on the block, and we would again do it by their relationship. So whoever the lowest relationships with of the people that are left would have to go up on the block. And then those will be the two they decide through on eviction night. I'm going to hit play so they can play through the rest of Tuesday. We'll let them yap on Wednesday. And then we'll have the veto on Friday. do the veto ceremony. Then they'll have Saturday, basically, to try to save themselves. Sunday will do the eviction and the next HOH, and so on. Darla's creeping off. Connor's sitting, reflecting on being put up on the block. Maybe he shouldn't have tried to drown his dad in the ocean, and that wouldn't have happened to him. It's just a thought. But that, while they're... sorry, I got a message about somebody for something tomorrow. I want to talk about something. Ooh, an adult Lunchable. Is it bad that sometimes if I'm in the right mood, I'll still get a kid's Lunchable from, like, the store? Like, I know they're not good, but I'll still do it. I see the adult ones, and then I go, yeah, but pizza Lunchable, bro. It's disgusting, but in my brain, it's like, yes, this is good. And, like, I logically know it's not, but I'll eat it. I was gonna say, I went last weekend. Yeah, last weekend. I went to see the Until Dawn movie. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that. Tessa's like, mine is, but I just bought the components. That makes sense. They do have adult Lunchables here. Darla's still walking around like a freak. They do have, like, adult ones here, like, next to the kid ones. There's, like, adult ones that are, like, crispy crackers and, like, salami and cheese, and you stack it, and I'm like, well, they don't have adult versions of the pizza one, which is the best one, in my humble opinion. I am so... She's a good dog. But I feel like they didn't make adult versions of the best ones. Ooh, they're all this group does chat a lot more, I think. I think I need to fix some of the audio. I think it's way down. I can't hear how loud. Oh my god. I was like, why can't I hear the game? Might be why. That might be it. I was like, why can't I hear it? Listen. Some of us are dumb as hell. Me. None of you. All of me. I still don't fucking hear it. Oh my god, my headphones aren't plugged in, you guys. I can hear the game now. I'm a fucking dumbass. Okay. I don't know why you guys watch me. I'm dumb as hell. Hi, Darla. She's having a brownie. Okay, what was I talking about before? I went to see the Until Dawn movie, okay? And it was, how do I say, like, it's not good. It's not, like, life-changing or anything. But for what I thought it was going to be, it was better. Like, I thought it would be far worse than it turned out to be. It still has nothing to do with the storyline. There are some good, like, references. And there's more related to the storyline than I actually expected. Which was kind of interesting. But, like, there's one girl, and I feel so bad. But girl cannot act for shit. And I'm not saying the rest of them are, like, Oscar-worthy actors. Except for maybe one who was also in the game. But girl, it felt like she was reading the script every line she had, and I was like, this is real hard. I hope she dies first. That kind of thing, because you're like, I don't know if I can put this up. Ooh, Connor trying to figure out why he was put on the block. Drama. But, like, I think if you just like, horror movies with some jump scares and stuff and kind of an interesting premise, it's worth a watch. I don't think I would watch it again unless I was, like, watching it with a friend. Like, because they wanted to see it or laugh about it. But not as bad as I thought it would be. and worth at least going to the movie theaters. Oh, it was the new Until Dawn movie. The new Until Dawn. We also were, it's been out in theaters for a while, so we're in a pretty empty theater. There were like 2 other groups. And I feel the one of the other groups was a bunch of fucking teenagers, and one of their friends kept getting actually scared and yelling, and it was very funny. I think I maybe enjoyed the experience more because we had like a somewhat active theater, being scared at the jump scares together and laughing at the dumb parts together, which I think makes a horror movie showing better. Tessa says she's going to see Mission Impossible tomorrow. I've never seen any of those movies, and I don't know how many there are, and I'm scared to find out. I think Until Dawn is like good enough. We could put it on our friends watch list. It's not like unwatchable, but it's not like we actually want to watch something good and scary. It's like we want to take an edible and make fun of something vibes. Is at least how I see it. But it's also not like so bad that like, yeah, well, some of it is. No, the craziest part, I was watching this TV show because I recorded Love, Simon for the channel, and then I saw they had a TV show, and I was like, oh, I probably won't react to that just because like I don't know if I have like the audience for that show. Maybe I'll just watch it for fun, you know, while I do other stuff. And so I was like, I'll just watch the show because like I was in the mood to watch something kind of silly and like be able to skip through it a little bit, like maybe not if I'm like not 100%. So I was watching Love, Victor, and I watched like all of it in 2 days. It's like pretty short, like Hulu original show, so like 10 episodes a season, and there was only 3 seasons. And then I go to Until Dawn, and the main actor from Love, Victor was in the Until Dawn movie, and I was like, what's happening? I've watched so much of this man's content. Tessa says neither of your partners like scary movies. I also, as your friend, don't like scary movies, but I'm not as scared as I used to. I'll watch more now than I would have when we were younger. We got another convo. Drew and Fred are really hitting it off. This could be a dangerous duo if people don't clock it. What are the pool people doing? Well, that's a way to swim, girly. But that's the latest movie I've seen in theaters. I don't know what else I want to see in theaters till Megan 2 comes out. I'm not seeing Lilo and Stitch. Everything I hear about that movie, it just keeps getting worse. Like, apparently Gantu's not in it. Pleakley's not cross-dressing. They took away Jumba's accent. I don't even know. Nani's, like, not even Hawaiian. Like, I don't even know what's happening in this film. It looks terrible. The only thing it seems they got right was the casting of Lilo, and everything else is wrong. Also, Mercedes sitting next to me, and she just farted. I can smell it. Hi, Hazel. Do you want to come over here? Because I'll come get you. Or you just want to stare at me? I can never tell now when she wants to come over here or she just wants to stare at me. Do you want water? This? Yeah, okay. She wants water. Her legs are just... I'm going to grab her. I can get you. Mercedes gotta get up. I gotta get Miss Hazel. I'm sick about Jean. This diaper sliding down your ass. Mercedes literally took my seat. Guys. Hi, kitty. Okay. Okay. She took my seat. Hi, buddy. You get that on your own? Okay. She got the water she wanted. Okay, Ethan. Yeah, it was your fault. You didn't come see until dawn, and I was really upset about it. Tell him, Mercedes. Also, Ethan, I think you should not go to work today. And after stream, we should go to the Humane Society, and you should adopt a kitten because I can't. But they have a bunch of really cute ones right now. Like, there's one who looks chunky, and I want him so bad. But I know that I shouldn't have a kitten. Does that make sense? Like, I shouldn't get a kitten, but I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. Don't go to work and instead adopt this cat. Let me see. Let me pull up all the kitties. I'm just gonna pull them up on stream because I can. Okay. And then I put over the game capture, right? You can see it, I think. Okay. Okay, look. Momo, very cute. I know. Nugs, cute. Very pretty. Where is my baby boy that I saw? He might have already got... Okay, they have Tender, who's adorable. He's gone! He's already gone. They only have one kitten left. Bro, he's gone. He's adopted. I literally looked at him this morning. There was this little kitten, and he was like white with the stripes, and he was kind of poofy, and he's already gone. Dolly is very cute. They still have Tender, though, which I don't know if that's this one or this one. Well, it might say if she's domestic, brown, and white, so it must be this one, because this is a tortie. So this girl's still there. No, there were like, I'm not even joking, there were 8 kittens on here this morning. And I was like, oh, I want one. Because they had boys. And then, I was like, oh, Ethan should get a cat. So that I can vicariously live through him as if I don't have 3 cats. But, like, maybe this one will stay a baby forever. I also like Mittens. Very cute. This one's gorgeous. But all the kittens already got adopted. That's how much people want kittens up here, honestly. They go so fast. Piggy. They never have white cats, and they have 2 right now. Oh no. All I see is Tessa say, it's hard to adopt Kiptier. I hurt my neck. Oh no. What are you doing to hurt your neck? Okay, back to the game. Oh, you heard it last night. I thought you just did something watching stream to hurt your neck. I was like, what has happened to you? I'm like, girly, what are you doing? Oh, there's some good combos going on at the kitchen counter. Mature. Ethan says he pulled a neck muscle like a week ago and it keeps getting re-agitated. That's the worst. Olivia came after school yesterday and we went to Walmart to get some stuff. And I was standing in line at the checkout because I was getting a gift card and I didn't know how to do that at self-checkout, so I did the help thing. And the lady was coming over and I just suddenly felt my knee that got surgery years ago go twinge, and I was like, no. I was like, no, please, no. Not again. You want water? No. Lay down, he says, though. Yay! Ethan wants a cat now. I can go with you to the shelter. It's time. Okay? It's time. Milo needs a friend. He needs a new friend. I'm a bad influence. I just want to go to the shelter. I just want to go. I can't because I have 3 and a dog who has to go to an orthopedic specialist in 2 weeks. Okay? I can't. No, he wouldn't hate it. He'd love it. They'd be besties. Besties! He may hate it. But, I mean, at least he lived with Daisy, so at least he knows, and he's cat experienced. Versus, like, if you guys got him when you didn't have her, he would have, like, no cat experience, and that's not as fun. Not as fun to teach them the cat loving later in life. But it's just like all pets. You have to like supervise and teach them boundaries. Boundaries. Code 4, don't be an asshole, Milo. You're bigger than them. Asshole. Happy dog. I think most people are sleeping. Except for the vampires and Fred. I love that she walks like this. It's truly iconic. Angel is the Buffy spinoff, right? I realized I didn't know what this is anymore. Yeah, we started this one. So a couple people on this did appear on Buffy. Like Darla originated on Buffy. And Wesley originated on Buffy. And then they went over to the spinoff. And then everyone else. So I'll do Gunn is a good guy. And he grew up on the streets. And he was killing vampires with a bunch of other kids. Well, like young adults. I see them as children. And he joined Angel's team. Connor's kind of a spoiler. But he's technically... I'm gonna spoil Angel right now for people watching the VODs. Because my viewers know I'm watching it. And one, I know Ethan doesn't care. Connor is Angel's baby. Who he had with Darla. Who are both vampires, so explain that one. But then his son got kidnapped by a bad guy and brought into a hell dimension, and then a couple episodes later, he came back from the hell dimension, but he was grown up now. So there's some drama there. Lauren's a good guy. He's a demon who can, like, read your future and your emotions and what you're feeling if you sing. Wesley's kind of like the Timu version of Giles. Fred, good person. They saved her from a hell dimension. She's like really, really smart. Lila, evil bitch, works for the evil lawyers. She sucks. I hate her. Darla, evil vampire, dead in canon now. But she turned Angel into a vampire. And she's got some issues. And then Drusilla is kind of like Angel's and Spike's ex / Angel turned her. She's crazy. In the show, her actress is insanely good. But the character's fucking psycho. Which is the point. She's absolutely been like tortured and stuff by Angel before turning her and things. So it's why she's crazy. That's why she's cray-cray. But we have half bad guys, because I'm counting Connor as bad guy right now because I don't really like him. And then half good guys. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. But she's creepy as hell. I think Drusilla is one of the only characters on Buffy and Angel that has actually, like, creeped me out. And not... There's been, like, bad guys that make me uncomfortable, but, like, she's, like, creepy. And I'm like, okay, girly, you live your life. The actress is probably a very sweet woman who is completely normal. Oh, Connor's angry. Who's surprised? That's him in the fucking show as well. Okay, while they're all sleeping, I'm gonna fast forward a bit. So we can get to the veto competition. Drusilla is showering in the rain, which that fits. I'm not doing this. Go away, quest. Have you guys watched anything this week you found interesting? I watched things for recording, and then I watched a queer made-for-TV rom-com that is not good, but gay people deserve bad rom-coms too, so we let it go. The one good thing it did have, though, is I felt the two leads have really good chemistry, so I was like, okay, like, I think that helps the movie a lot, that they actually feel attracted to each other, and you're like, no, I believe these two people want to bang. I just don't know if I believe the characters are real. Which is interesting. It's gonna rain on our flower arranging day. That's fucked up. I might have to move the items inside if it's gonna rain for the veto competition. Because I don't want them to get sick and die. Also, the house is redecorated for like an Art Deco style to match the hotel they live in Angel. Oh, Gunner's pissed off. And nobody moved. 'Cause isn't he always? I googled and it said flower arrangements will cost different amount of money, so hopefully they actually do and we do get someone with the most expensive, or we might have to do it a second time once they all have built a little skill. Okay, let's pause. We'll go in order. They all have to make the same one. Well, everyone will do a holly arrangement, I guess. Darla? What do you mean you're too uncomfortable? You bitch. Oh, she has to pee. Okay, wait. Drew, don't do this yet. I'll make sure everyone is comfortable enough to do it. And then we will do the competition. Okay, I think we should all be good now. No, Wesley? Are you too uncomfortable? No, you're not. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, now we will do it. God, sorry you had to pee. Like, pee on your own time. I wish I could have them just make, like, random arrangements. And then it would be whatever price they decided on. But I get that's not an option. Okay, everyone's got it to make a holly arrangement. Hopefully they don't all come out costing the same. If they do, we pivot. Wesley is freaking out about flower arranging, which he's not even on the block. I guess he's worried about being arena, maybe. The flower arranging is really dramatic. OBS might have disconnected for a second. It made a weird noise. But it seems everything's working. God, they're so dramatic. lot of people allergic, apparently. I love the animation they did for this. Is flower arranging this hard? I imagine it's like a skill you have to learn, but I can't imagine going, oh my god. Ooh, Lila finished. Quality poor. Quality poor. Oh, it's not saying how much. Quality poor. Quality poor. Quality poor. Quality poor. Did you all make poor quality flowers? They all made poor quality flowers. Okay, how can I see how much? $10. If they're all gonna be $10, this is a problem. They're probably all gonna be $10. You fuckers. You fucks. The internet lied to me. It might be we had them each do one and then they each have to do a second one maybe. And then we might get some people who didn't do poor quality. Because they're all doing their first one. Maybe it has to be the same. Some people maybe peed their pants. Connor, go to the bathroom. I'm gonna make you all do this again. Now that they all have different level of flower arranging skill, maybe it'll be better. We'll try it one more time. And then if that doesn't fucking work. Okay, I'm making them do like a more expensive one. And maybe that gives us a better chance of them like fucking it up. Or giving up. If they give up on it and they walk away, that'll have to count too. And if this doesn't work, well, we'll have to figure out a new veto. But hopefully because they all have different skill levels now, it'll actually affect quality. Like if some people make a good quality and some people make poor, the poor people, the ones... I didn't want to say that sentence. The people who make a poor quality flower will be eliminated. I didn't want to just say poor, you know. His is still poor. Poor. Fuck. Are we all making poor quality still? No! Everyone made poor, but... by Drusilla. Drusilla made a normal quality. That means she wins. Queen? Slay. Oh my god, slay queen. Drusilla has won the first veto of the season. Which means she'll have a day to like talk to people and then we'll have her, she can choose to use the veto. How I have decided to do this is I will look at her relationships. Whoever she has the best relationships between the HOH, Fred, and the nominees, Drusilla and Connor, is how she will use it. So if she has the best relationship with Fred, the HOH, she will not use it, and she will keep the noms the same. Unless she was on the block, right? Then she would auto-use it on herself. But if she has a better relationship with Drusilla or Connor, she'll use it to take them off the block. And that's how we'll do it every week. Just so it makes the most sense. Why did her name Darla? I'm just writing it down so I don't forget who has what. And I think that'll just make it a little more interesting each week. And we'll have something, you know, to do. Yeah, hers costs like double the price of everyone else's. It will give us something to do for an extra day, so there's a little less just them yapping. Oh god, I deleted those things and now all these flowers are just hanging out. Did they glitch? Bro, these flowers just glitched into our house. Well, I guess we just have hanging flowers here in this walkway now. Because they did not go away when I deleted everything. EA? We have a problem? Okay, so Drew has the veto, and it will depend. We will see if Darla and Connor try to talk to her more, to try to get her to use it on one of them. I'm excited to play Until Dawn tomorrow, by the way, and I already talked about the movie. But my friends are coming over, including Ethan, and we're gonna play Until Dawn, because we found out one of our friends has somehow never played Until Dawn, but we've played The Quarry with him twice. And, like, I really like The Quarry, and it is a deserving sequel to Until Dawn, but it's not better than Until Dawn. Until Dawn is, like, a moment. It is and we're not doing the remake, where it looks like poo-poo. We're doing the original one that's stylized and cool. No, my friend's aunt, you're included in the... Okay, fuck you. You're included in the my friends, but I was... including you, because chat knows you. Well, you know what? You didn't come to Until Dawn, so, you know. You have other friends. And apparently you take people's organs, so. You didn't come to Until Dawn with us and the rowdy teenagers who in an empty theater chose to all sit near us. It was a journey. I was like, what in the theater etiquette is this? But it turned out to be a good thing because it was fun. So sometimes you gotta let other stuff happen. It was not too bad. Like, I think we were all imagining it being way worse than it was. I said it's like a get high and watch together movie. I don't think it would scare you at all. It had a couple jump scares, but most of them I could predict when they were coming. But, like, they actually had more references to the game than I thought they would. Like, the premise was interesting, and the acting wasn't that bad. There was just one character who was, like, really bad. And it was the actress. She just sounded like she was reading lines the whole time. But, like, 1 out of, like, 6 main characters being a bad actor in a horror movie is not the worst thing ever. It's normally much higher. Yeah, there are a couple that I didn't predict that got me, and then there's some, like, that I was like, oh, it's coming, and I went. Because I don't like the feeling sometimes. But it could have been way worse than it was. I think it's worth a group funny rewatch, but it's not worth, like, if you're, like, actually want to get scared, it's not scary. Like, literally the jump scares get you with the, which is, like, always, like, you can't, it's a body reaction, right? But, like, it's not like you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? You're just like, okay. There's one part, spoilers for the Until Dawn movie, not to plot or anything, just to one of the scenes that made me laugh the hardest. If you've watched the trailer, you know that it's like a time loop movie. But there's one loop where a bad guy picks the bad actress girl up by, like, her head or her legs, one of the two, and he just throws her into the fucking wall over and over again. Like, he just slams her into the fucking wall, and I felt really bad, but I was laughing the whole fucking time. I was just like, this is so fucking funny. I'm sorry, it's so funny. It was really bad. It was, there's a couple moments like that where you're just like, wait, this is way funnier than it is scary. That's crazy that they did that. Like, it's supposed to be like, oh my god, he's so strong and scary. And instead it's like, what the fuck is going on? No, I can't make you do anything. Oh. You're just like, what's happening? It's like she's a stuffed animal. But Peter Stormare is in it, who's in the original game. That's the only repeat actor because they do not have the budget for any of the ones who played the kids. That's clear. No Rami Malek, no Hidden Penitentiary, no guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., no lady from Superstore, none of the other ones. I truly think, though, they could... I think maybe not a movie, but if they, like, did The Last of Us for Until Dawn, like HBO did, like, a true to story adaptation, it could be really, really good. I think it could be. What else? I watched that bad rom-com. I watched episode... Well, I don't want to talk about... In case Barra shows up, I won't repeat myself. But I got farther into Buffy Season 7. So far, I'm really liking Season 7 a lot more than Season 6. Which has been nice. And also, Last of Us finishes this weekend, and then what? And then what? Like, what am I supposed to watch? Please tell me. Because White Lotus finished, and we went straight into Last of Us, and I don't know what's coming next to be excited about, except for Big Brother, but that doesn't start till July. I don't know what to do. Also... Would you guys watch me if I forced Ethan and Tessa to do a Big Brother draft, even though they don't care a fuck about Big Brother? I just want to do a draft. I think it would be fun. I think it would be entertaining. Also, if I lost, I'd be very sad. When I go outside, the rain sound starts. Ugh, it's the last 2 days here. It's just rain, rain, and more rain. Yeah, Drew and Gunn are playing chess, Noelle, for a minute at least. Drew won some power before you got here. Drew won the veto, so based on her relationships on the Friday in the game, she can use it to take someone off the block or keep the noms the same. I'm going to base it on her relationship. So, like, if she has the best relationship with Fred, who is the HOH, she doesn't change them. If she has a better relationship with Drew, with Darla or Connor, she'll take them off. But she won the flower arranging challenge, so kind of slay for her. Kind of slay. Who else is awake? Gunn, where are you? Standing by yourself in the kitchen. Lauren and Connor conversation. Maybe Connor trying to secure some votes to stay if he doesn't get off the block. I do think this couch area was a great addition because I feel like they're yapping so much more. Same PJs. I do, yeah, I kind of agree that it makes sense she would be good at flower arranging. I feel like she has the vibe. Damn, she said woohoo. I'm gonna bring this down a little. It's blocking the screen. You know? Hi, Mercedes. She's sleeping. I do want to do, maybe after this season of Big Brother, we'll do another story-based game on the channel. Could be fun. Because we haven't done one in a bit. I'll have to look at what I have on Steam. Also, I deleted the flower making benches, and now these flowers are just hanging out here. They didn't get deleted with them, so we have a flower walk. Funsies. I like looking through the mirrors. Yeah, she's like slay though. She's one of my favorite bad guys from the series because the actress does such a good job. Oh. They're all staying up very late today. Interesting. Anyway, I was saying, I don't know what TV show to be excited about for my free time watching after Last of Us is done. Because I'm going to have to wait like 2 years for more Last of Us, if not 3. Thank you, Noelle. The Hyperion version of the Big Brother house, I think it did came out good. I love this wallpaper. That's one of my favorite parts about the real Big Brother TV show is the house having a different design every year. So I'm excited because actual Big Brother starts in July. And I will probably yap about it a lot through the summer. But I was saying it would be fun to do like a Big Brother draft or something. And then maybe, I don't know, I probably wouldn't do coverage, but probably there'd be a section on stream each week where I talk about Big Brother and what I hope happens. Okay, they're mostly all sleeping. I'm going to put on fast forward. Lauren is also going to bed. There we go. So, for the draft, I would have to find people, like, either other content creators or, like, Tessa streams. So, maybe Tessa. And then, I don't know if Ethan, you would ever want to be on stream. But people I know, at least. Or maybe Tessa and I just do it. But find people to be on stream. And then we, like, break the cast down and we can draft the players. But I would also let chat have a pick, too. So, like, you guys would get picks. Whoever was in chat, whoever like got their name spammed the most could be you guys' pick. And then we see who wins Big Brother based on whose pick like wins the game at the end. And it would be like, yeah, the people from actual Big Brother, which you guys still don't have to watch the show. I will bring every week and be like, these are the updates. This is whose team is still in it kind of thing. But it's kind of fun way to watch the show. I like watching a draft from a YouTube channel I enjoy. But I've never got to do one. Big Brother I think is so fun because like it's almost impossible to pick the winner based on anything because you don't know what the dynamic of any particular house is gonna be. But I think that makes it fun. And it gives everyone people to root for. My worst nightmare is that I pick someone and then they become the person I hate and I have to root for them. I'm like, wait, no, I hate this person. But it could be fun. I'd have a team, Tessa'd have a team, Ethan maybe has a team, and then chat, you guys have a team. Or Tess and I each have a team, and Ethan and Noelle are in chat as a team picking people. But I just think it could be kind of funny. Oh no, all our stuff got lightning bolted. How dared they? I feel like in The Sims, lightning hits stuff far more often than it does in real life. I don't think I've ever had anything get struck by lightning at my house. Ooh, they're awake. Let's see what everybody's up to. Drusilla's making breakfast and thinking about Pepto-Bismol. Darla and Gunn are talking over a broken sink. Fred is stinky. Connor, I think, is hungry. I don't know why he just doesn't go eat. That seems like a him problem. He also has to pee, but the toilet is not broken. So that's on him. Wesley playing the Sims version of Jenga by himself. The most realistic thing I've seen this morning. Lila blocking someone in so they can't pee. Shocker. Lauren just vibing. Gunn taking a shower. A clean boy, unlike most of these fuckers. Lauren is doing sit-ups. What do you think is going on? Like a new sure. Noel says, I've had a part of a large apartment complex get hit by lightning when one of my roommates and I were watching Fright Night or something. Oh, that would not be the time for it to happen. That would be scary as hell. It might be because I live in an area with a lot of trees, so like if anything's getting struck, it's the trees. And that's why. But I'm like, I don't think I've ever had like anything. Yeah, well, even when I lived in the city, I didn't have anything get struck by lightning. But maybe just lucky. It's worse if you're watching something scary too. Like that can never, like even when I'm watching something that's not that scary and it's like true crime and then I hear like a noise outside, it's like, this is it. I'm going to be murdered. I have no one I think who would want to murder me or anything to be murdered for. But, you know, it's happening now. And I'm like, oh no. Even when I watch like the babyest true crime thing, or I'm like, well, I'm gonna die. I didn't have any nightmares after Until Dawn though, because it wasn't fucking scary. Not any scarier than the game anyway. Actually, I had a worse jump scare playing the game Until Dawn than I did watching the movie. And that hurt my head because three of us got scared at once and we slammed our heads back into the wall. None of the jump scares in Until Dawn, the movie, matched that jump scare. Yeah, especially, yeah, that's interesting, Noelle. You say it's especially for you when it's time to sleep or it's dark. And it's like, that's the same for me. Like, I could watch something kind of creepy during the day and it not bother me. But then when I'm going to sleep that night, it like crawls its way back in. And I'm like, oh, maybe that was scary. Don't call Until Dawn dumb, Noelle. We're gonna have a fucking problem. It's one of my favorite games in the world. I'm playing it with friends tomorrow. I'm very passionate about it, okay? It's one of my favorite games. I just love it so much. I've played it so many times. But the movie was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I did a little review of it earlier. But we're going to be having fighting words in the comments. No, I don't think it's dumb at all. It's so much fun. It's also the best of those choose your own adventures for that, especially one for that company when they made a bunch of those tiny ones that are actually dumb. It's especially for the period it came out. It was like the best of that time. I just love it. I love it. But I love those kind of games, so I just don't find them dumb. Like, I love Telltale. I love story-based games. They're my favorite. And Until Dawn, for me, is one of the best of them. But I also love all the actors in it. Yeah, it's my favorite. I think Telltale, though, the writing might be much better, but Telltale's not doing from scratch stories. Like, nothing Telltale has done is, like, original characters and stuff like that people love. Like, when people talk about Telltale, they talk about, like, Walking Dead, they talk about Game of Thrones, and, like, Walking Dead's the closest to they use original characters, but it's still, they didn't invent the world of The Walking Dead or the rules and stuff like that. So that's where I'm like, Until Dawn is all original story. Also, I think they're a little different because, yeah, with Until Dawn, you're going there to be a little more scared. But I still think Walking Dead's one of the best choose your own adventure series ever. I just think Telltale does use things you already love, because if you love horror, if you love Walking Dead, if you love Game of Thrones, if you love Wolf Among Us, you're already kind of in. But I really like the sequel to Until Dawn. Not the, like, little ones they did in between, but the big one, The Quarry. I don't think it's as good as Until Dawn. But that one's pretty fun, too. I think I just like a choose-your-own-adventure. So I do think it is a middle ground there of I appreciate they do their own things. Who are the people that make... What is it called? The one with the, like, the robots? Beyond Human or something like that? Am I crazy? There's the one with the hot guy from Grey's Anatomy. He plays one of the AI robots. I think it's Beyond Human. Yeah, Detroit Become Human. That's it. Noelle's got it. Not Beyond Human. Detroit Become Human or whatever. Yeah, I think those ones are really good as well. But that one, I know the guy who's, like, in charge of that studio is a little weird. But they've been doing them for a long time as well, because I think the Become or whatever is the one from before with Elliot Page. They did one with Elliot Page before the robot one. That was not as good as the robot one. And they were the ones who did, like, Fahrenheit or whatever. I think they are different from the Until Dawn people. I'm pretty sure. Because Until Dawn is Paradox, right? I'm looking it up. Publisher. Oh, that's Sony. Not the publisher then. That's not what I meant. Well, the one who did... Maybe it's the same people. I don't think... Yeah. Well, at least the creator is different. Because I know... Yeah, David Cage does, like, the Quantic Dream ones. Oh, okay. I was mixing them up with Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. I think he also did Detroit Become Human. Beyond Two Souls is the one with Elliot Page. Heavy Rain is the one with Jason. And then he also did Fahrenheit and the Beyond Human one. But then it's a different... It's not him. He didn't do Until Dawn. Yeah, Supermassive Games does Until Dawn. Which is a different game studio than the Detroit. That's Quantic Dream. Yeah. Okay, yeah, they're separate. Yeah, it's Sean and Jason! Yeah, Indigo Prophecy is Fahrenheit are all the Quantic Dream people. I just know that, like, the guy in charge of those ones is kind of up his own ass, is what people say. Oh, I love this. She doesn't like the sun. But those games are still really good. I really like Detroit Become Human. Beyond Two Souls was like, I like Elliot Page, but I didn't love the game. Heavy Rain is fun, but there's so many parts of it that don't make any sense. And that is kind of the staple of a Quantic Dream game, is it starts out pretty good. Like, you're making interesting choices, and then it always gets weird. It gets, like, really sci-fi and weird. I think that's why Detroit Become Human is my favorite one of theirs, because it's already sci-fi enough with the robots and stuff that it doesn't feel weird when they get a little weirder with it, and, like, the robot goes into his own, like, robot brain or whatever. You're like, whatever, like, they're robots. That could happen. The other ones they use, it gets weirder than that. But yeah, they're separate from the Until Dawn people. The Until Dawn people also made, like, the Man of Medan and the Salem one. Yeah, I don't even know who L.A. Noire is by. Yeah, I liked the elements of Heavy Rain that were, like, the dad trying to find the serial killer, but then it got weirder. And I was like, I could have just, like, played a cool choose your own adventure story as a dad who's trying to find his kidnapped son. I think LOA Noire is the same as GTA, yeah. The same creators. Yeah, Connor and Darla are not handling being on the block together well. I haven't seen either of them really talk to Drew, though, for the chance to get off. I'm kind of trying to follow her around to see who tries to get her to use the veto. You got stuck at him brushing his teeth. Did you guys watch the trailer for GTA 6? I say as I haven't played a GTA game since Vice City on the PS2. I saw it though, and the main characters are hot. Like, good for them. The game looks gorgeous. Yeah, Heavy Rain. I remember the brushing his teeth. Yeah, I think the controls in the Quantic Dream games are also not the best. That you have to give Until Dawn and all them is like, at least, I guess I've only ever played on PS4, but playing on PS4, the controls are nice and they're easy. Anyone can pick them up and, like, enjoy the story. The hardest is the don't move, which I will admit I think is easier in the sequel, The Quarry, and makes the game a little less stressful. Unless you're playing with certain people who make bad choices and get people's heads ripped off. No. Just saying. Yeah, I think those ones, I think gameplay, maybe the Quantic Dreams would have it because I think they have a little more gameplay. And then the Telltale and the Supermassive are about equal there. Oh, you know what's a good one? A really good one for choose your own adventure is, and I have it, so we could replay it actually on stream. I haven't played it in forever. Is, why did it just leave my brain? The one with the girl who likes taking photos. I'm literally going to Steam. Why did that one leave my fucking brain? Hell, Life is Strange. There it is. It's Life is Strange. That's what I was thinking of. That's what I was... Yes, Life is Strange. Sorry, I couldn't see your chats. I was going through my Steam library. I was like, I have the game. I love the game. Life is Strange is a good one. I really enjoy. Maybe we replay that on stream at some point. I know it has a sequel now. I don't own it because money. But we could play the first one, and then if it does well, get the second one or something. But I really like that game. I love the music in that one. I think I really like the story. It's very there, and it's like does a good job of being kind of weird because the plot I won't spoil. There has to be a little bit of weirdness, but it's not like to the level of a Quantic Dream or a Heavy Rain. I think it's a more successful version of a Heavy Rain. Why are you naked? We're all sitting on the same couch. How are you gonna put your booty cheeks on the couch when I'm sitting on it? Hell no. Sean! Jason! It's kind of his fault. This is Drew, and that was Lila. Fred is here. Playing chess by herself. While Gun tans in his jeans. This is the most Gun thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm tanning in my jeans. These two have become friends, I feel. Someone just text me, or did I imagine that sound effect? Both are very possible. Oh my god. Ethan, I just saw your post about the worst Until Dawn character in the group chat, and you're right. It is Ashley, and here is my 50,000 page essay on why Ashley is the worst character in Until Dawn. Because she chooses to be a douchebag. But it's just like, for me, Beyond Two Souls is the Heavy Rain people, Ethan, yeah. That's the one with Elliot Page. Which also I felt had potential, but also not fully well thought out, in my opinion. Which is a lot of Quantic Dream's problems. I think it's why Detroit Become Human is the most successful, because they just went sci-fi. But to no one's surprise, my favorite character on Until Dawn is Emily, because she's a huge bitch. And I love it, just like I love Cordelia. No, Until Dawn is like meant to low-key be a satire of those tropes. It would just like, because they are all like perfectly troped out. And I think it lets you play out those tropes in a movie format, which is kind of fun. But it's very self-aware of who the tropes are and what they do. I think it's why it makes everyone just a little dislikable, except for your final girl. And it's kind of brilliant for that. Because that is how so many horror movies are made. It's not a satire to the level of like Scream is, but it definitely felt like they were like playing on like, here you go, we're putting you in charge of the stereotypes so you can play out the movie the way you think it should, which is kind of fun. Lila, don't talk about beds with Connor. If you're talking about Jess in the chat, the blonde who's selfish, I'll get into why she is. Dating her best friend's ex-boyfriend is fucked up. Oh god, Wesley's coming to make everything awkward. She did not follow the girl code. Maybe it's not worse, but we all have our faves. She's also the one who came up with the prank in the prologue. It was her prank idea that got Hannah killed. They all went along with it, so it's all their faults, but it was her idea. I think my biggest thing is when I watch people like play Until Dawn for the first time is they don't make the connection that Jessica is the blonde girl from the prologue with the little pigtails, because she has like longer braids in the like gameplay time, like the present day, and it says Mike's new girlfriend, and like they think that means she's new and she wasn't there the year before, but she was just best friends with his girlfriend at the time. But I've played this game so many times. I've watched it played so many times. I'm like in the Until Dawn fandom. I feel like if there was an Until Dawn fandom, I'm in it. There's two blondes. There's like the blonde who goes through all the shit. But she's just flirty. She's not actually, shouldn't actually have sex in the game or anything. I think that's part of the storyline, is she's not actually like that. She's just flirting because she doesn't feel confident. And she wants him to like her. I know too much. And then the other blonde is Hayden Panettiere, but she's the final girl, so she gets no flaws, like, at all. And she just wants to take a bath. But I'm like, that's so relatable. I also just want to take a bath. A lot of the time, I too would just get in to a bubble bath. But that's the thing. I could talk about Until Dawn forever because I've played it so many times. And I have so many headcanons and, like, so many of the little details. Because I'm crazy. And it was one of those things, like, when you get a hyperfixation, it was one of my hyperfixations when it came out. So that memory is still, like, lodged in my brain, and I can go, unlock, let's talk about it for hours. I can do that with Until Dawn. Until Dawn / the Quarry Sims Big Brother when, oh, I would do that. I would 100% do the Until Dawn cast. That would be fun for me. It's just my favorite game, so I'll always defend it. It's like, I'm trying to think of other hyperfixations like that I had to that level. I think Teen Wolf is one of them, but it's hard because I didn't finish it. So Teen Wolf, like seasons 1 through 4, you got me. That final season, I don't know shit. And I'm never gonna know shit about that final season. Which is, I think a lot of people are in that. Same with Glee. But again, Glee seasons 1 through 3. You ask me about seasons 4 through 6, I know what happened, but it's not good and we don't talk about it. There are certain shows that should have ended early, even if they did give us iconic song covers. Glee. Part of me misses Glee, because imagine, like, Glee hitting the Chapel Roan, like, Pink Pony Club. It would be iconic. What are you doing, sir? So many shows. It's like, that's like How I Met Your Mother. It's just like, what do you mean there's a final season? I've never seen it. And more than just the final season, what do you mean there's a finale? I don't think there is. I think that show sadly just ended. And he never met the mother, and it was tragic. Because that's better than the actual finale. Tessa's probably gone to nap because she's not here to yell at me about how the How I Met Your Mother finale is not that bad. She doesn't hate it as much as I do. It's bad, and I hate it. Or Bones after a certain point. Even Bones, like, went on too long. Shows used to go on too long. Okay? And now they don't go on long enough. Or they take too long to be made. And it's like, I don't know which is better. Maybe going on too long is better. Because now everything gets canceled before the creators are done with it. And I'm like, what is the point of trying something new? You're just going to cancel it on me. I don't know. Noah says most shows, movies, games that I love, I will defend because to an extent you buy it or you don't. Yeah, it's late stage capitalism and I fucking hate it, bro. People got 24 episodes of Pretty Little Liars for like 7 years, and I couldn't even get season 3 of Shadow and Bone, which was gonna cover my favorite one of my favorite storylines from Six of Crows. Go fuck yourself, Netflix. Piss me off. You already gave it season 2. You could have at least given it season 3. I truly do think Netflix should give people 3 seasons if they're gonna recruit a show. And, like, let them fucking try because they don't promote everything. You have to they make the audience build organically. And if it's not like a Stranger Things or Bridgerton knock out of the fucking park first try, they're like, well, get fucked. And it's like, what do you mean? Yeah, the longer seasons, I think, had their own problems, right? Like, there was a lot of filler and, like, story episodes that went nowhere. I think the people who handled that the best out of anyone was actually the creator of Teen Wolf, because the first 2 seasons of Teen Wolf only have, like, 12 episodes each, because it was on MTV at the time. And they were used to writing in that 12 episode format, and honestly they did a really good job. And so when MTV came to them and was like, well, now you have to do 24 episodes, he didn't want to. He's like, no, we don't need that much, it's not good for the story pacing. And they were like, well, we want 24 episodes. So that's why in season 3, you have like season 3A and season 3B. And there is a connection between the 2 seasons, but they almost act as their own mini seasons within the bigger season. And it's why I think that show is so good. Like, on a rewatch, there's like not a lot of filler compared to like a Pretty Little Liars or a Vampire Diaries or a Gossip Girl. The amount of filler in Gossip Girl, you're just like, I could skip 3 episodes. Nothing's gonna happen. Dan and Serena are gonna fight. Chuck and Blair are gonna fight again. But yeah, people know how classic shows would get made now because they would immediately get canceled. 100%. Well, even the Pretty Little Liars remake, that I don't think was that bad, it also got canceled, I think. It got 2 seasons and got canceled. Oh, Ethan, I've watched Gossip Girl so many times. I understand you don't get it, okay? It's not for you. Ethan's like genuinely unwatchable. Listen, for sane people, Gossip Girl is unwatchable. I'm not one of those people. Gossip Girl is iconic, okay? Oh, Ethan, are you thinking of Once Upon a Time? Because that's unwatchable. I don't know how people watch Once Upon a Time. Because it hurts. I've tried it so many times, and every time I'm just like, I don't know what this is. I don't understand the budget it had to be as bad as it was. And I'm just like, I find the main character insufferable, which for me is I can't watch the show, right? Because, like, if you can't stand the main character on a CBS show, you're out. Because it's all about them. Listen, Riverdale is more watchable than Once Upon a Time, and I'll die on that hill. Oh, yeah, Pretty Little Liars is unwatchable. You should just watch the Mike's Mike recap. That's better. I think a lot of the shows from my childhood that I didn't watch, I now find really hard to watch. But if you have the nostalgia of having watched them live, you can kind of get through it. And you're like, okay, I can, like, watch this. No, Teen Wolf is good now, too. I haven't watched it as an adult, actually. But we love Teen Wolf so much, we used to have watch parties at my house. And we didn't do that for any other show. So, say what you will. I bet Teen Wolf holds up. I bet it does. Yeah, shows feel like less an investment now because you're like, well, I'm going to watch 2 episodes and I'm going to fast forward through half of it. That's how I know I really like a show, is if I don't touch the fast forward button or my phone. Which, like, the only shows that got me like that lately are White Lotus and The Last of Us. And obviously the shows I watch for the channel. But even sometimes I'll get into maybe a slower episode of something and I feel myself reaching for my phone and I have to be like, bitch, stop. You're doing a reaction for people. First 3 seasons of Teen Wolf are solid. Season 4 was antsy and I've never seen season 5. So you can shit on Teen Wolf season 5 all you fucking want. But even if Dylan O'Brien is kind of a douchey dude, he's the best character in that show. He's, like, not enough of a douche, I guess, to, like, boycott anything he's in. But he's just kind of shitty, I guess, is what has come out about him. But at least he's not, like, a sexual predator. He's just kind of douchey. Yeah, he, like, posted some... I think because he saw Pedro Pascal getting, like, good press from, like, taking his sister to a premiere because him and his sister are really close and his sister is trans. So, like, Dylan O'Brien, like, posted about his trans sibling and how, like, on Instagram and how, like, it's like, he loves them and it, like, changed his life and stuff or whatever. And then his trans sibling came online and was like, we haven't spoken in a year and you didn't even reach out for my birthday last week or when I got top surgery a few months ago. So it was kind of like, it's just like a douchey thing where he was trying to use his sibling's transness to make himself look good. But he's not actually involved in that sibling's life. So it's like, what are you talking about? You're obviously not that close. Yeah, it was just disingenuous, which to me is just a little bit like, right, like, it's a little douchey. It's not like you're a horrible person. At least you're not transphobic. But, like, maybe don't use your trans sibling as, like, good press. I don't know. But the only time I can never fast forward if I'm super invested. But there's definitely some shows where I'm like, oh, I, like, am invested in 2 of the storylines out of 3, and I'll fast forward through the one I don't care about. And I'll just be like, I'm sorry, I know where this is going. I've watched enough TV. Yeah, it's like, there are limits, right? Like, I wouldn't not watch anything that Dylan O'Brien is in because he was kind of douchey to his sibling. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But at the same time, like, I won't do anything that gives J.K. Rowling money. Because J.K. Rowling is actively using the money from projects to harm trans people. So that's why I'm like, that's where the cutoff is for me. Like, if the person involved, I have the knowledge, everyone has the knowledge of, like, they are actively harming a group of individuals. It's like, that's where you gotta draw the fucking line. And, like, J.K. Rowling's a big one for me, who has a Harry Potter tattoo, by the way. I loved Harry Potter growing up. It, like, was so important to me. I still, like, can watch the DVDs I own or read the books or, like, read fan fiction or whatever, but I'm not going to do anything that's going to give her money. It's like, no. I see what she uses her money for. We all just saw what she did to trans people in the UK. And it's like, there ain't no way in hell. So I will be judging people who watch that show. I will be judging. A little bit. I'll be like, really? Yeah. It's hard, right? Because I'm sure there are shitty people involved with every production we've ever seen. And I don't expect people to not watch every single thing that's ever been created. But I think when it's on that big of a scale, that she is like the mold in her basement is convincing her to tweet transphobic shit every fucking day, and everyone is seeing it and everyone is aware of it, it's like that is a person you could cut off, right? Like Harvey Weinstein, when it came out everything he did and he went to jail. It's like, yeah, if he got out, we probably wouldn't watch more Harvey Weinstein shit. Like, maybe just don't. I just, like, that's why for the Harry Potter show, I'm just like, let's just not watch it. Go watch the movie you already own or something. Like, just don't give it money. I also think it's some of the casting decisions on that are fucking crazy. But I'm like, it feels like it's gonna be a train wreck. So, whatever. Yeah, I just think at this point, yeah, most people aren't gonna know if someone is shitty, right? But it's a political statement at this point. If you are supporting something J.K. Rowling gets money from, everybody knows she's transphobic. You are supporting that. It's just the facts. People can want to deny it all they want, but there are levels. It would be like if Jeffrey Epstein didn't unalive himself and then was like somehow not in jail and he like made a movie or something and people went to see it. It's like, what? Or it's like, people who go and see Woody Harrelson movies. Not Woody. Did I get that right? I don't want to mix him up. Not Woody Harrelson. No, not Woody Harrelson. He's fine. Woody Allen movies. Yeah. See, this is where my face blindness and my name mix up is bad. Woody Harrelson, great. Woody Allen, bad guy. But yeah, when the right cancels somebody and they're like, I'm canceling it because it's DEI. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just watch it more. I just watch it more. It's fine. I don't think Woody Harrelson did anything bad, okay? Shh. He's never been canceled. I don't think. He got backlash for a monologue on SNL once. That's what comes up when you look up Woody Harrelson canceled. Okay. But he's done nothing. Haymitch has done nothing wrong. Shabini. I love Simslish. Simlish. We're getting close to the veto ceremony. Dude, I love that. I love when men hate, especially straight men hate that a woman is in something, and I'm like, are you not supposed to like women? I'm very confused because all the like queer men I know are far kinder to women than any straight man on the internet. I'm like, hello? I feel like they're not getting subtle at all. Especially people in like certain online communities have not gotten subtle at all. They're just getting less and less subtle because they're being like allowed to by obviously the administration, but I feel like it started subtle and now it's just like that's a woman or a black person. I hate it. I think it started subtle. And I'm sure there's still people who are trying to be subtle about it because they want to, like, be able to live a normal life. Yeah. But I feel like every day it gets less and you're just like, or maybe I'm just tired and I just, like, I see the subtle stuff and I'm like, that's not subtle. I read what you meant immediately. Yeah, I agree, Noelle. It's really overwhelming. It's just like, the world sucks right now. And maybe it always has, but I'm so tired. Like, I can't deal with being like, genocide is bad and having like 80 Nazis tell me why it's good. I'm like, what do you mean? It's just like so obvious to me now when someone's a douche. I'm just like, no, I'm not even gonna give you the time of fucking day. It's very clear to me what is going on here. Drew has to decide if she wants to use the veto. Everybody come sit. Could you all walk fucking faster? Okay, they're all kind of here. Why? Fred, what the fuck? Yeah, there's plenty of people who be like, genocide is bad, and then they're like, Israel has a right to defend itself. And I'm like, whew, they'll use different words. But, okay. Drew, getting back to things that don't make me very, very depressed. Hi, Emmets. Welcome to the stream. We're moving on from talking about people I hate. We were talking about movies and video games before that, if you have any favorites you want to share. But we're about to do the veto ceremony, because Drusilla won the veto. So we're going to check her relationships. Oh, wait, what's this? What's this little thing? Sorry, I got distracted. Drusilla's attracted to Gun. Yeah. Okay. Drew's attracted to Gun. Interesting. Yeah, Noelle, there's some creators I can think of who fit that description you just put in chat. Okay. So, we're gonna check if Drew has a higher relationship with Darla, Connor, or Fred. And that will decide what she does with this veto. So, Darla, they're friends. Connor, they're acquaintances. And she's good friends. Okay. So, since her relationship is the best with Fred, who is HOH, she is not going to use the veto. Week 1, veto is not used. So, the noms remain. The final noms, Darla and Connor, remain on the block. And now they each have until Sunday. They have 2 days to talk to people, to make friends, and try to secure their safety in the game. Hi, Mets. We're pretty good. We've been talking about old TV shows. I hope you're doing good. We're talking about like old TV shows we used to watch, and we're talking about how now we have shows that don't even get finished versus we used to have shows that go on way too long, and how we just can't find the middle, sadly. Another thing I wanted to point out is how long it takes to make shows now, because Tessa and I finally got a month for Percy Jackson season 2 coming out, and it's December. So it has officially been 2 years, I believe, since the show for season 2 to come out. Because Tessa and I reacted to Percy Jackson really early on this channel, and we always planned to do a reaction to season 2 as well. We just thought it would happen sooner than December this year, which is kind of crazy. Ooh, let's see what's going on out here. Yeah, Darla and Connor are always scaring each other. Maybe it's a mom and son thing. I don't know. My mom's not a vampire. Let's check how everybody is doing after that very tense ceremony. Drew, feeling good. Darla sitting naked on a couch. Fred also naked. Connor pissed off. He's mad. Fred didn't use, or Drew didn't use it on him. Ooh, I'm sorry, what? Is this my headcanon? Oh yeah, no, our mainstream media is fucked. You can't trust it. He's pissed off, but also Charles has learned more about Wesley and is now attracted to him. Is this my version if I wrote Angel? So, oh my god, ew! Sorry. Connor's attracted to Drew. Drew is attracted to Gunn and Connor. Gunn is attracted to Wesley. Is anyone else attracted? Don't say that. Didn't I make them mother-son? Oh, I didn't. I thought I made them mother and son. Okay, we're gonna ignore that one. Lila's attracted to Fred and Wesley. Okay, this is real. We can go through them. Gunn is attracted only to Wesley. Okay. Lorne is not attracted to anyone here, as he shouldn't be. They all suck compared to him. Lila is attracted to Fred and Wesley. Wesley is attracted to Fred only. Okay, hello. Connor is attracted to Drew. Fred is attracted to no one. Darla is attracted to Connor because I think I forgot to make them mother and son in the game, so we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. I don't know if I can change their relationship once the game has started. We'll see. Can I? No, I can't edit it after it existed. Sadly. Darla canceled. That's the only wrong thing she's ever done. God. Thanks, Sims. It couldn't have been anyone else. And then Fred is attracted to Gunn and Connor. Or not Fred, this is Drew. Oh my god, they look so similar. One of them needs to get voted out. One of them needs to go. They's gots to go. Oh, they're all hanging out by the pool. This cast is so much more sociable than the Buffy cast was. I just feel like they all hang out and talk way more. Drew likes, like, the moon or something, or dolls. She dated that, like, demon thing that one time. He's still pissed off. You're talking to yourself? Okay, Connor. Live your best life. Connor freaking out. Darla's not freaking out. Okay, at least one of Darla and Connor will go home this week, so we don't have to worry about anything weird fucking happening. Like, one of them will be gone this week. We'll be safe. Because we're going to play up until eviction, then we'll evict someone. And then we'll do new HOH at the start of next week. Yeah, they do both go to the exile house. We'll just hope nothing happens at the exile. They'll have a chaperone at the exile house. Nothing can happen there. Whichever random sim we move them into their house of. We got another convo over here. Drama! Love triangle! Eee! Okay, Connor and Lauren hang out a lot. But I don't feel like I see them talk a lot. Gun watching Drew talk to herself while she's naked? Okay. Oh my god, Drew's feeling flirty. Are you flirting with the picnic basket or people you're imagining? Okay, queen, live your best life. Yeah, watch your back. He'll fucking come for you. Now Connor's naked? Can you people keep your pants on? What about the Big Brother Sims house makes people comfortable getting naked all the time? Gunn just told him to put his dick away. What the fuck was that? Me, an adult? Guys in chat, you should all convince Ethan not to go to work today, and instead we should go to the shelter and get him a cat. Now that there are more people here to help me convince Ethan that we should go get him a cat. Because I already have 3 cats and I shouldn't get another cat. But you could get a cat. My favorite game of I want to go to the animal shelter, but I'm not allowed to adopt anything. Oh my god, she's talking about divorce. Yeah, today. No thoughts. Just cat. Very adult decision. I guess it doesn't have to be today, but I want to go. I also kind of just want to go because there's a restaurant near the animal shelter that I've really been craving their fries and garlic rosemary dip. And it's just far enough away that I can't go there just for the food. I have to have an excuse to already be in the area because it's a little too far of a drive. Tragic, I know. But, like, I can't convince myself that, like, a 30-minute drive is worth it for French fries. But if we were already going to be in the area... Well, then, what can you do? Unless... We already looked at all the available cats, okay? They're very cute. Yeah. Tomorrow we're all gonna play Until Dawn, so I'll work on him. I also want Tessa to get a cat, even though I can't meet it because it's in England, unless I go back to England. But she's talked, I think she had to go do something, but she's talked about it in chat before. It's, like, interesting because their, like, restrictions for getting a cat are a lot different than ours. In that, like, if you don't have a space for your cat to go outside, like, you don't have a yard, they don't want to give you a cat. Versus here in America, sometimes they won't give you a cat if you're gonna let it outside. Yeah, Tessa's over in the UK. If you ever watch one of her streams, very different, they're on at very different times, but you'll hear her accent. Or if you've watched some of our videos, I think she sounds more American in my videos because it's just the two of us talking. But, like, if her partners are there or talking, you can hear the British come out a bit. I've never played Dream Daddy, but I know what it is. Ethan is not. He's from the USA. Bara, who's sometimes in chat, but I haven't seen him today, is from Ireland. Ethan wishes he wasn't from America. Don't we all? Don't we all? But Bara's from Ireland. But I haven't seen Bara today. I don't know why I'm yawning. Do you guys notice that on rainy days you yawn more? Is there science behind that? No, Ethan could come here and be on stream if he wanted. He lives like 5 minutes away. So, you know, he just doesn't because he's a demon. Just kidding. And because, you know, he has to work later. But, you know, whatever. Adults. Drew. I just keep coming back to her and she's naked. Everybody's getting sick in the Big Brother house. Yeah, it's probably all those actual scientific reasons. And then my brain goes, sad, rain sad, sky cry. It's fun. I like streaming. I think you just have to commit to doing it, even if you don't have anyone in chat. But you could always stream for the first time on my stream. We could do play a game together. We could play Repo. Me, you, and Tessa could all stream Repo. Just saying. But, because sometimes, especially at the beginning of stream, before you guys get here, I just talk to myself for like 20 minutes. Last week, it happened when I streamed on Sunday, and Noelle showed up and was like, your mic's not working. And I was like, well, there's 20 minutes at the beginning of that VOD that you can't fucking hear because nobody was here yet to tell me that the mic wasn't on the right setting. You know, that happens. Listen, we can't all be Hassan with our... I don't know how he has his mic set up, but he, like, is able to not have headphones plugged in or anything and play videos out loud and you don't hear it. He's got the best noise gate in the fucking world. I do think, yeah, my voice, because I don't talk a lot during the regular day, does start to hurt by, like, the 2-hour mark. But I think the more I do it, I think recording helps, but the more I do it, the longer I could go. Sleepy. I don't know how people do like the 24-hour streams. Like shout out Noah Samson, who's been doing a charity stream for like 7 days straight now. He's raised like 500K. And it's awesome, but I don't know how... he is sleeping, to be fair. He is live streaming himself sleeping. So he is still getting sleep and everything. I just don't have the setup for that. Oh, Noelle, thank you. I'm glad you love the streams. I really enjoy them as well. I wish I could one day be one of those streamers that's like streaming 8 hours a day, 5 days a week or something. I think I would have to have a lot more viewers to have the time for that, because then when would I record or edit? But I do like it. It's fun to talk to you guys live. I still talk to you guys like I'm talking to you live in video recordings, but it's not the same. Yeah, I don't think it's easy. Maybe it probably, I think people think it's easy because they make a lot of money. And I think that's totally fair. But like me or like Sherry or like someone who's just doing it as like a hobby for fun, I don't make money. Hello? I make like $50 a month on Patreon if I'm lucky. Like I couldn't live off of this. And that's fine. I'm just doing it for fun. And like randomly having $50 a month has helped me when I need like a new mic or something. I'm just like, it's helpful for that, but it's not like I could do this full time. As fun as that would be. Yeah, it's only like the top 1% of streamers who actually make good money. Like, and it's just not realistic that everyone's gonna be a, you know, a Hassan or a Ludwig or a Pokimane. But I just do it for fun. The Patreon money helps because to have Patreon, I have to host my videos on Dropbox, which I do have to pay for. So as long as Patreon is paying for my yearly Dropbox subscription, it can stay up. YouTube memberships, it's the opposite, where Patreon lets me take out money whenever I want. But like for YouTube and Google, you have to have $100 in before you can take the money out. So I have like $60 sitting in Google that I can't take out yet. But I also don't have like ads on my videos or anything. That's all from memberships, which those of you who have, I really appreciate. But it's fun. Hi, Bara. Yeah, I think a lot of people who do videos every week still have regular jobs as well. Hi, Bara. How are you going? Did you watch anything this week? Yeah, I did. I think we already talked about Xena on Sunday, right? Because I streamed Sunday after recording with Sherry. So what did I record Tuesday and Wednesday? Tuesday I recorded our last Pride movie night for June, which is the Hulu original Crush, which is like a cute little lesbian rom-com. And then I recorded Buffy season 7 episodes 9 and 10, which are 709 is Never Leave Me, which they're trying to like interrogate Spike and Andrew at the same time. And then the Watchers Council goes boom at the end and it's crazy. And then I watched 710, which is Bring on the Night. Which is the one where Giles comes back. His head was not cut off. He comes back and he brings all the baby slayers, which I was right of, by the way. I predicted that those women getting murdered were possible future slayers, and I would love to pat myself on the back. It's like I have ESPN or something. Yeah, your brother used to stream on Twitch and YouTube. But yeah, even then, with a high viewer count, you don't make a lot of money. And then I watched Steven Universe, which I finished season 3 of. And I started the final season of Alias for my Patreon exclusives, which made me want to scream, cry, and throw a fit. We were talking earlier about shows that should have just ended. And maybe that show should have just ended instead of doing what they did. Okay? I don't like when a show could have had a natural conclusion and then they're like forcing you to make another. And looking at the episode count, they didn't even get a 5th full season. They only get 17 episodes. And they kill off a main character at the start of season 5 and you're like, so they could have all just lived happily ever after, and instead we forced a 5th season where you're ruining everything. I hate that. I hate it. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. But yeah, I already got mad in the Alias recording, so I'll leave it there for the patrons. But it takes a lot for me to not finish a show as well. I think there's a sunk cost fallacy. But it's better almost with like these shows that I'm recording, because I'm not just recording them for my own entertainment. I'm recording them to like interact with you guys and like, cause you guys like to watch them. That's what I'm gonna do when I finish season 5. I'm gonna be like, wow, I can't believe Alias had 4 seasons. But no, the Buffy, I was saying earlier that I'm really liking Buffy season 7. I think it's just an emotional improvement from season 6. Like, I don't finish every episode of Buffy season 7 being like, well, I'm depressed as hell. Also, Mercedes is sleeping right now, and she literally looks like the emote I made of her. She looks like this emote right now. She's like, hello? Ugh. Yeah. Oh, Noelle, same. There are a lot of shows or movies where I only watch one storyline, but I don't count that as watching the show. Yeah, that's me for, like, the show Emmerdale, which is, like, a UK soap opera. I've watched one storyline on YouTube. I definitely have not watched the show. But there are some shows like that where you're like, oh, I'm just gonna watch this character's journey on YouTube, and it kind of rocks. But soap operas are also really hard to get into because there's just so many seasons and so many episodes. I did have someone, if you guys want the tea, I had someone get really mad at me and write like a whole paragraph about how I'm a hypocrite in my comment section, because they're like, you hate Spike, but you don't hate Xander or Angel. And like, I made this face at the screen. One, I don't hate Spike. Two, to say I don't hate Xander is a bold-faced lie and defamation. But I'm just saying, it was really funny. They stopped replying when I was just like, bro, I'm not gonna read this. I don't hate Spike. Go outside. I was just like, that's crazy. I was like, that's so wild. But I get it. People get really attached to certain characters, especially when they've watched a show so many times, that like, it's like me with Until Dawn, right? Noelle was like, I don't think Until Dawn's that good. And I'm like, step back, okay? I like it too much. But we were able to jokingly have that conversation between chat and stream. This person, very serious. And I was like, hey, okay. But it was just very funny. I was like, oh, they really like Spike. Like, this is a character who is a part of their identity and they don't like criticism of it. I see. Me with Kurt Ingley. But even then, I don't think I've ever actually hated someone over their opinion on a fictional character. Maybe I have and I just don't remember it. But, you know. Yeah, you like Xander and not Until Dawn. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking? It's just so funny. I'm just like, who cares if you disagree? As long as you can, like, disagree, like, in a friendly manner and, like, talk about it, then I don't care. Like, live your best life. There are people who watch me who love Xander. They, like, love his character. They think he's great. And they still watch me. And they don't care that I make fun of him. Or maybe they do, but they don't get mad about it. Bar, you had a question. What did you say? You found out about the big bad. Yes, I did find out about the big bad in Buffy. It's the first evil. And they said it, and my brain went, I don't remember what that is. But then, I remembered it's from the Christmas episode with the Christmas tree farm, because we went back to the Christmas tree farm, and I was like, aha, I remember this now. Ethan. Tessa liking Rashid. Oh god, here we go. Yeah, so it is the first evil, and my reaction to that reveal is very much like, what? But then I remembered we have dealt with the first evil before, and I'm not crazy. Noelle, Rashid is not even the character's name. If you haven't watched Interview with the Vampire, I don't want to spoil it for you, because that's a pretty fun show. But there's a character in that who is pretending to be someone else at, like, the first season, and he goes by the name Rashid, and Ethan does not like him, and Tessa loves him. I love him. He's not my favorite character, but I love all of the characters in Interview with the Vampire because they're all fucked up. And I love that shit. Oops, looked it up. Well, if you've read the books or you've seen the original movie, it's less of a spoiler. But it's a good show. I would recommend it. It's definitely a show for people who are okay with none of the characters being good guys. You have to be able to watch, like, characters do horrible things to each other and, like, understand that they're vampires with like vampire morals, but yeah, so if you saw the movie, it's Armand, who is Antonio Banderas in the movie. It's his character Ethan doesn't like. And I think that's fair for the information we have gotten about him so far in the show. But Tessa is a book reader, so she has more info and more love for him. So it's just funny. I mean, they are treated like good guys by the narrative, but they're supposed to be, because you're not supposed to look at it with the morals of a human. Like, in vampire terms, some of them are good guys, comparatively. But, like, you can't, it's a show slash book series where it's like, it's not about humanitarian values. I mean, they're just all treated as vampires. Like, I don't think anyone's treated, like, as a good guy or... I just don't think Interview with a Vampire is that simple. I think the movie tried to simplify it too much, and it's not as good of an adaptation as the show. The show also does make some changes to the story that I think are better, in my opinion. But, like... I wouldn't use good guy or bad guy. Like, I think Louis is our protagonist, but I don't think that makes him a good person. No, the show is saying that vampires are monsters. But, like, there are people who look at it and are like, this character is abusive. And I'm like, they're all abusive. What are you talking about? They're vampires. They kill people to eat food. No, the show doesn't try to make you be like, these are good people. It's very clearly like, these vampires are fucked up. And that's why it's so good, I think, because you can watch it as like, no, they're killing people, Carl. Which is my favorite reference ever. I think the show does a much better job than the movie, in my opinion. I think it's worth a watch. The first season is on Netflix in the US, but it's all on AMC, if you have that. There's only 2 seasons so far. Yeah, Lestat treats Claudia like a doll, especially in the movie. I will say that is one kind of bigger change they make in the show, is they age Claudia up from like 6 to 14. She still goes through similar stuff. But I think aging her up to 14 is just I like it better because the actor can do a lot more, in my opinion. I think it's one of the good modern changes. Some people who don't like Angel as a character, especially on Buffy, which I really get, and are like, newsflash, Angelus was bad. I love that. I love when people are like, but you like Angel, and I'm like, yeah. And he's a protagonist. I can like him. I also like Spike. I just don't like a storyline they did with him. Yeah, Angelus is problematic. Yeah, he's a bad guy. 100%. That is people in the Interview with the Vampire fandom, though, who like take the show at face value instead of exploring it as like, this is not factually what happened. This is what Louis remembers and is telling Daniel what happened. And like, they'll be like, well, they're problematic. And I'm like, yeah, when Louis was alive, he was a pimp who threatened to kill his brother. He wasn't a great human either. It's problematic that the vampires are bad to each other. I'm like, what do you mean? What are especially with a show like that where it's meant to be dark and like gritty and sexy and all those things, versus like, I just find it funny when people get mad about someone being problematic. It's just crazy. Yeah, Interview with a Vampire Bar is told through flashbacks. But the flashbacks are not meant to be what really happened. They're what Louis is describing. So they're from his memory. Memory is a really big theme, and how like memory can be wrong, and things like that. So you have to take the show at face value, outside of present day. The present day you're just watching happen, right? And then all the like main story is Louis telling it to someone. So it's what he remembers, how he felt about it. And it's definitely a show where you can't just go in and not pay attention or question things. But I really like that. It also says it's good in general to have older characters and not have so much stuff put on younger kids in real life as actors or characters, in my opinion. I agree. I think it depends on the show, right? I think for shows like Riverdale, right? I don't want to see real teenagers in that show. I don't want to see real teenagers doing the things they do in that show. Versus a show like Percy Jackson, which is made for kids, right? It's made for like young kids, and you're watching the character grow up through the story. Where I think that makes more sense to have kid actors, because they're not going to be doing anything that isn't appropriate for kids. But if a show is like a high school drama, but it's more made for like older teen and young adult audiences, I prefer the characters to be casted as adults. I just like, and half the time with those shows, I'm like, couldn't we have just set this in college and it would have been the same? But, you know, I know high school is like a big part, especially in America, of our everyone's lives, and that's why so many shows take place there. But yeah, it really just depends on the show. Yeah, and here a lot of people see dialogue or exposition as bad writing, which is just not true. It's like, yeah, exactly. There are great ways to do exposition. There are times where you hear the exposition and you're like, what the fuck? Was that? There's definitely ways to make it good and ways to make it bad. It really, like, okay, Divergent, the way they start that movie and she's just yapping, I'm like, okay, this is kind of boring. Do your exposition a little more weaved. Like Hunger Games just starts with a little block about the uprising, and then we're into it and you're learning the exposition as you go. And I like that better. Oh, yeah, where you're saying dialogue, people don't understand that characters can lie or be wrong. 100%. Tessa has a story about one of the times she went to go see Challengers in theaters, and she was like leaving, and one of the like older ladies behind her was like, so she's gonna leave her husband, right? Because there's a part in the story where she's like, if you lose, I'll leave you. But she doesn't mean it. She's being like, oh, does that motivate you? Because he needs motivation or something. Like, he wants her to say something mean. And, they took it very seriously. And it was like, okay. Noelle, you must be loving Sunday movie night right now. Will it make you mad if I tell you that the third one was my favorite? I like it. Bar says, does Louis still have a taste for poodles? He eats a lot more rats. He eats a lot more rats right now in the show, but he does eat a cat or two. I can't remember if he ate a poodle. Listen, the third one is crazy. They suddenly are just like, these are sci-fi movies now. Get over it. And I was kind of like, I'm kind of living. Okay. Okay, I'm in. What are we doing? But no, Divergent is out. Me and Tessa reacted to Divergent. Allegiant, I believe, is coming out Sunday. Or not. No, Insurgent is. Oh, the names are hard for me. Okay. Insurgent is coming out Sunday, and then Allegiant comes out next Sunday. But they are all available for early access. Gotta put your plugs in, everybody. Those movies I had never seen, and Tessa had. If I compare them to other young adult dystopias of the time, they're mid, but I actually liked them a lot more than I thought I would. I thought I was gonna suffer through these movies, and I was like, they made me like Shailene Woodley, who I don't really like as an actor. So I was like, you know what? I gotta give them some credit. They're better than I thought they'd be. I do think the first one, my biggest problem with it is it felt like the training went on a really long time. I was like, when are we getting to like the plot? And then it was the plot, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess. But I liked it more than I thought. Like, I mean, I don't think they're the best of that era. Hunger Games is the best of that era. I will go down fighting about that for sure. I'll die on the hill that Hunger Games got lumped into a lot of people kind of thinking it's on the same level as Divergent or Maze Runner or Twilight, but it is above all of those movies. But I still haven't seen Maze Runner. Tessa and I might do Maze Runner reactions at some point. But I think the next movie series I'm gonna do is Indiana Jones, because I've only ever seen the Crystal Skull one. And I was trying to think of something fun, a fun series to watch, and I thought that could be a good one. Hunger Games is higher quality in, I'm gonna say, almost every way for me. But again, that's another one of my... I don't think Hunger Games is just young adult, is my thing. I think Hunger Games can be enjoyed by an adult audience, where I can't imagine a lot of 40-year-olds watching Divergent for the first time and getting as invested. I also think Hunger Games, the world, is a little better thought out. But I can see where the author took inspiration from other young adult things in Divergent. And it's a little more messy. Which is fine. Be messy. Live your best life. Sometimes you need messy. But I loved the Hunger Games books. And I just love the movie adaptations. I think they're some of the best we ever had for young adult adaptations. I think the Twilight ones are still good as well. I'll always have a soft spot for Twilight, but I can't put them on the same level because Hunger Games is a lot more serious. My favorite part of Divergent is that they split them into 4 personality types or whatever, or 5 personality types, which are nice, smart, kind, which is somehow different from nice, truth tellers, or honest, and parkour. They say it's brave, but they just do a lot of parkour. Barris's Last Crusade is the best of the Indiana Jones. Interesting. Oh, Noelle, you gotta watch the third Divergent movie. You gotta, to see what the world is really like. It's crazy. Oh, it's wild. Oh, that movie's crazy. It's so bad. It's so bad, but it's my favorite one because I'm like, this is awesome. I love when movies get bad. Because it's just a completely different type of movie. You're just like, what just happened? But, Bara, I'm excited to watch the Indiana Jones. Hopefully you will enjoy those reactions. There's not too many of them either, so I think it'll be a good series for July. As I've finished all my Pride recordings, so I think July will be Indiana Jones. Because I think there's 4 of them. Or there's 5 of them. I'm trying to think. Oh my god, you know what movie you guys should never watch, but you should? If you're looking for a movie to watch while you're like high, or a movie that you and people want to make fun of while you watch and you don't have to pay attention, you guys have to watch Uglies on Netflix. It's like all those young adult movies got together and had the ugliest baby you could ever think of. It was so bad. I was like, this is like hit you over the head levels of I get what this was about. Okay, 5 films bar. Okay, so we might finish July and go into August with Indiana Jones. I don't know how many Sundays are in July this year. Uglies is like one of those dystopian futures, but they make all the children live in a school until they turn like 16 or 17, and then they make them go through a surgery that's like the yassified filter, and then they go live in the pretty world. And it's so stupid. It's just stupid. The acting's really bad. Also, the main actress is a huge Zionist. She sucks as a person. But it's bad. I like Divergent way more than Uglies. Put Divergent on over Uglies every single time. My favorite part of Uglies is there's like a resistance of people who don't think they should have to get surgery and they should get to keep their natural looks, and every single person is hot. Like, no ugly people. Like, I feel the story would hit harder if ugly people were saying, hey, we should still be our natural selves and not get the crazy surgery that makes us hot and dumb. But it's all hot people being like, no, we should stay our natural selves. Like, no shit, you're hot. Bar says, I just realized from Prince Hercules, Aeolus looks like Ivan Ooze from MPR. That's so funny. No, Uglies is an adaptation of the book Uglies. It's a series. I don't think they'll be making the second ones, though. I would be surprised. Hi, Mercedes. Do you want to stream? You can stream. You want to take over? Okay. You want to take over and be the streamer? Alright. Okay. You talking? Oh, you gotta get a little more in the camera. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. I'm playing The Sims. Get them. Wah! Ah. Hazel says, what are you guys doing? Oh god, Mercedes, no, don't step on the keyboard! Oh, hi, honey. She says, I'm here. Hot people acting dumb. Check out Starship Troopers. I have seen that, I believe. No, I don't think I have, actually. No, I've seen Spaceballs. That's probably not the same thing. Ethan says, listen to the little engine. She does sound like a little engine. Maybe I should add Starship Troopers to the reaction list. I think I got it mixed up with Spaceballs, which is a Star Wars parody that I saw long before I ever saw Star Wars. I know who I am. Yeah, I think Starship Troopers is satire on the military. I know I've heard the title before. I just haven't seen it. Da-da, it's almost time for the eviction. The eviction. Barra says Starship Troopers works on 2 levels. You have a big dumb action film, and then satire on war propaganda. Is Starship Troopers the one that certain people don't realize is satire? You can write essays in the comments, Noelle. As long as you're not mean to me, it's fine. I trust you. I think only the Divergent one is available right now for regular viewing, but Insurgent and Allegiant are available on the $5 membership tier. But Allegiant or Insurgent will be out Sunday. I really can't get the names right, by the way. I try my best. You can write, I trust you to write me essays and not be mean. That one person was really mad at me. And I was like, okay, this is a TV show. You can't actually be mad at me over it. I'm fine if people disagree. I'm not someone who feels like I'm always right. I'm like, I just have my opinions. And I yap about them. Check out RoboCop. Same creators as Starship Troopers. Satire on 80s greed. I've never seen the original RoboCop, but I saw the remake. Which probably makes actual RoboCop fans not happy. Do you know which video did really, really good that I was kind of surprised about, and I kind of want to watch more like 80s movies of the same vein, so I'll need recos for them, was Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That movie banged. It got like 1,000 views. The RoboCop remake, I think I forced Ethan to come see it with me because the guy playing RoboCop was the guy, Ethan, you've now seen it. It's Wade from Heart of Dixie. The hot guy from Heart of Dixie was playing RoboCop, and that's the only reason I wanted to go see the movie. I was like, can we go? Some people with Extreme think it's their film and forget it's mocking Extreme Belief. That's kind of like, what is that game that came out? Helldivers. That one is like a commentary and people like didn't get it, and you're like, how do you not get it? It's very obvious. Okay, nothing's broken. Oh my god, it's almost time for the eviction. But Ethan, now you've seen Heart of Dixie and you understand. He's so hot. Alright, everyone. It's time for me to call you all here and for it to not work because none of you ever listen to me. And to do our first vote of the season. Very exciting. Will they all come? Probably not, but some of them might. Where is Darla? She's the only one who didn't come. Queen, where are you? Oh, she's on her way. Okay. Girly, get over. Oh, they're all walking away. You fucks. Okay, one more time while they're all much closer and we might get away with it. See, at least Fred and Wesley stayed sitting where I put them. And Lorne. Okay, good enough. This is the closest we've ever got it. Okay, this is the closest we have ever gotten to them all just standing around each other. Okay, so Fred will not be voting. Obviously, Drew and Connor, or not Drew, Darla and Connor will not be voting. Drew will be voting. Wes will be voting. Lila will be voting. Lauren will be voting. Gunn will be voting. Correct? Voting, voting, voting. Voting, voting. Yes, we have 5 votes. There is no tie. Noelle is right. For once, no one is naked at the fucking ceremony. A miracle. I think I've seen American Psycho, but not in a long time. Or I just know what happens because it's so in pop culture. Okay. Who are we starting with, Notepad? Let us start with Drusilla. we are going to see. She did show up in her underwear, which is close to naked, but it's not naked. She is attracted to Connor, but Darla is her friend, and Connor is not. So Drew has voted to evict Connor. That is 1 vote to evict Connor, 0 votes to evict Drusilla, or to evict Darla. I'm gonna need the names to not start with the same letters. Wesley. That's Gunn. Wesley. Hello, Wesley. He considers himself a friend of Darla's and a friend of Connor's. But I think if we look at the green, it's pretty clear that he is slightly more close with Darla, which means Wesley has also voted to evict Connor. That's crazy. You can't kidnap someone as a baby and then vote them out of Big Brother. That's wild. That's a wild choice from this man. A wild choice. With 2 votes to evict Connor, 0 to evict Darla. Could Connor's anger have gotten him in trouble? Lila is next. Lila. She's friends with Darla. She's friends with Connor. Oh. They kind of look the same. Does this green bar or this green bar look more full? We might have to flip a coin on this one. We might have to flip a coin on this one. I'll say heads. She votes out Darla. Tails. Or heads, she votes out Connor. Tails, she votes out Darla. We have got an A. Flipping the coin. Tails. So we have a vote against... I'll show you guys again. This is her relationship with Darla. She's now attracted to Fred and Wesley, alright. Her relationship with Darla. Her relationship with Connor. They're pretty similar to me. They both look about halfway. A little under halfway. So, with the flip of the coin, she has voted to evict Darla. We have 2 votes for Connor, 1 vote for Darla. Lorne is next. He considers Darla a friend. And he considers Connor an acquaintance. Woof. Alright, Connor. That's another vote against Connor. We have 1 more person. Gunn gets to cast a vote. Ooh. His relationship is much better with Connor. They are good friends. So he will vote against Darla. Which means, with a vote of 3 to 2, the person evicted from the Big Brother house is Connor. Connor's been evicted. We're kicking him out of the house. His anger issues, his not understanding social situations. My man, it is time to say your goodbyes and get the fuck out of my house. Could you please teleport outside the house? You have been removed from Big Brother. You will have to move out and go live with a producer. I am so sorry. Goodbye. Goodbye, Bara. You made it to the end of stream. We're just going to kick Connor the hell out. We're going to kick him to move in with a rando. Bara and Connor. Bara's got to go. Connor's got to get the fuck out of my place. Should we just put, so we don't have to go to a new world, maybe I'll just plop a house down. Can I not just like place this? Oh, I can't do that while moving. Never mind. Oh wait, here you go. You cannot afford, he don't need to afford anything. Shut up. He can afford it. I'm gonna have them move across the street and then I'll put a house down. I won't make him live outside. Connor, you live here now. We'll put a house. We'll put a house. We'll put a house. Don't freak out, everyone. It'll be okay. Here you go. You can I put this house down? Okay. Connor, what do you mean I can't afford to put the house on this lot? Because he doesn't have money? Okay, Connor lives at this empty grass lot because I don't feel like doing anything with it. Before next stream, I'll build him a house. Okay? I'll build him a house. But not today. Not today, sir. I can't say any spoilers about Connor, but I'm thinking them. Look, okay, evicting Connor and making him homeless is literally just fits the show. He's homeless in the show. So he'll be fine. He lived in a hell dimension for 18 years. Living across the street in the grass is not going to kill him. Okay, but we will be coming back next Friday. Probably Friday. If it changes, I promise I will update on the community tab. But right now, it's Friday. And we will be seeing who our second HOH is going to be. Very exciting. I'm just writing down our notes to finish off week 1. We'll find out who our next HOH is going to be. If you have, again, any ideas for challenges in the meantime, feel free to leave them in the comments of the VOD. And I hope, other than that, you all had fun today. And then I will see you next time. Bye.